Good evening, everyone, and I'll keep this one short because it's one day to go to make my hip great again, my hip resurfacing. But here we go, I've managed to get it finished in time, and no one really knows how the Malawian MaTO allies got hold of the Mi-35s, which they use for the Joint Task Force Africa, supporting MaTO and spreading freedom and democracy via firepower. Some say that they came from Italeri and that they arrived via PayPal Pay and Freeze, but we don't know whether that is true or not. Others say that they came from a trade of a very musical Russian colonel that had been captured by MaTO and who the Russian musical orchestra wanted back. Anyway, the Malawians do operate 9 of these helicopters, and they're using them currently in Operation Congo Shield, which is their part of the commitment to restoring the rules-based rules in the DRC. See my post for more details. And I've done this in a very modern medium sea grey Vallejo scheme. It took a while to do, and unfortunately Italeri have moulded the rotor blades, the main rotor blades, the wrong way. So I had to correct all of that as well. So apparently these go clockwise if you're looking at them, and that appears to match pictures. They've moulded them the other way. I don't know why, it's Italeri. They do it all the time with helicopters. So a nice medium sea grey scheme. It's an Mi-35, one of the older ones. Not one of the new ones. The new Mi-35M from the land of Russia has an X tailplane, and these helicopters are still used by NATO, even NATO nations. I think Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Poland maybe, and of course Ukraine, and this kit does come with the Ukrainian markings. I don't really model Ukraine except for my Whatif F104 project, and I've just modernised it a tiny bit. I gave it 2 crew figures, one from the spares bin and one from Al Hayam. I've given it a new forward-looking infrared turret, some countermeasures underneath, and some, of course, missile alert warning systems, and some MaTO countermeasures on there, some chaff and flare dispensers. Now, the job of these helicopters is to provide support and escort, and they do the Russian or Ukrainian lofting tactic, where they come up, loft their rockets, turn away from manpads and go away for another day. It's carrying an ALQ-184 jammer there on the left to give it some extra jamming protection. And like I said, you can see I've added these countermeasures, missile alert warning system there with plasticard. Changed the IFF as you have to do in the instructions from the free one to the NATO one, and it's also carrying a Hydra rocket pod, which will be firing APKWS laser guided rockets here, plus the 122mm old Soviet ones. So these are for the area saturation role, and these are for your precision strike. There's no real need to fit anti-tank missiles onto the MaTO JTF helicopters. They're not facing mass hordes of armour, but if they do need to destroy technicals, they can use the laser-guided APKWS rockets here, the 70mm ones. And for area saturation and convoy protection, they can use the 122mm ones and the gun at the front. So there we go. This is the Italeri kit. Quite a lot of work in this kit, to be honest. I don't know the origins of it. The reason I got the Italeri one was because it has these exhaust suppressors, and very few of the other kits do, and that was a real selling point to me, that I wanted the one with the exhaust suppressors. It does come with the standard Soviet slash Russian countermeasure chaff and flare boxes, but of course MaTO needs something a bit better. Hope you like it. Ta-ra.